GTA 5 characters you can only find inside missions. Hello and welcome back to another video here on GTA Robot. There are some amazing side missions in GTA 5. The game is fast with plenty of missions and quests. Overall, there are some amazing characters in the game. In this video, we take a look at some of the most amazing characters you can only find inside missions. Stay tuned. Marnie Allen. During the game, Michael has a whole set of side missions about joining a religious cult called Absalom. He is guided on his journey to find the truth by Marnie Allen. While the Absalom program is clearly a big scam, Marnie is a true believer in it. Her overcommitment to the cause is regularly entertaining, especially when she gives comically fake answers to some of the cult's inconsistencies. Although it's not difficult to feel sorry for the poor woman, as it seems she's just getting conned by the group. At least her life is better than the GTA 4 when she was a part of the once game stranger missions. Mrs. Phillips. Trevor's mother is mentioned a few times throughout the main story. However, she doesn't show her face until after the credit in one of the game's secret side quests. Once she turned up in Trevor's trailer, he becomes a completely different person as he deeply craves his mother's approval. She doesn't get a lot of screen time, but she is still very interesting. This is because in her one scene she manages to completely dress down someone who many daren't cross at all. Joe. Like most great Grand Theft Auto characters, Joe is a pretty terrible person. He and his friend Joseph, who actually briefly appears in the main story, make up Civil Border Patrol. The duo track down anyone they think could be an immigrant and forcibly arrest him. It's all ludicrously hypocritical, with Joseph being an immigrant himself and knowing little of America. And Joe is so hilariously dim-witted that he doesn't notice. Cletus Ewing. Most people across San Andreas are very fearful of Trevor, so anytime someone isn't, it's cool to see. Enter Cletus, who doesn't show any hesitations when speaking to the psychopath. In fact, the two are actually friendly towards each other, which leads to some surprisingly wholesome interactions. This occurs during a couple of missions they have together, in which Cletus delivers several humorous lines, mostly stemming from the fact that the character is a stereotypical hillbilly. Mary Ann Quinn. A character that all three protagonists can meet is Mary Ann. The fitness-obsessed woman is entertaining because of all of her oddities. One of the biggest is her anger. She is perpetually shouting at either herself or the people around her with little reason. This inability to contain her emotions makes her similar to Trevor, something the guy points out. However, she strongly refutes to claim. Other examples of her strange behavior include assuming everyone wants to sleep with her and her tendency to reveal personal information without being prompted. Nigel and Mrs. Thornhill. During his time in Los Santos, Trevor can meet an odd duo called Nigel and Mrs. Thornhill. These people are an exaggerated parody of autograph hunters. Like the paparazzo Beverly, they both obsess with celebrities. They show their admirations by stalking famous people and stealing their possessions. While they come off as psychopaths, to the people they love, they don't seem to realize. In fact, their lack of self-awareness in general. It's what makes them such a fun character. Beverly Felton. Beverly Felton is a paparazzo that Franklin meets on his adventures. The guy, like the previous couple, is obsessed with celebrities and is determined to show the public everything about them. This leads to him overstepping boundaries on multiple occasions to film them at their lowest points. Although he doesn't see it that way, as he claims that people need to see these moments. Therefore, he's an awful human being that would make for a good antagonist if he was threatening in any way. Yet, he's so outrageous that it's funny. Barry. Most strangers and freaks only interact with one member of the protagonist trio. However, Barry meets them all. The smartly dressed man is a heavy advocate for the legalizations of cannabis, and he tries to get Michael, Trevor, and Franklin on his side. He attempts to do so by spouting anti-establishment rhetoric and giving the characters a try of his own supply. Regardless of who he's talking to, he's always entertaining, especially when he's high. Tonya Wiggins. Early into the game, Franklin meets Michael and embarks on his new high-filled life. But along with Lamar, Frank's old friend Tanya is there to remind him of who he used to be. The woman is very needy as she's always looking for her longtime friend to help her out. And towing cars for her isn't the most fun, but she makes it interesting by giving insight into the protagonist's former life. And that's what makes her a fascinating character. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.